We have a lot to get to in terms of Laker offseason news. We'll start off with the biggest news, which is since the time we ended our show last Tuesday, we got off the show episode with Harrison Fagan of Silver Screen and Roll. Thank you again for joining us if you're listening, Harrison. But we got off and we were trying to say, like, hey, what's the perfect fit? What does it look like? And we saw that the Lakers ended up doing something that Mark and I at the time did not want to happen, which is they pulled off a blockbuster trade with the Washington Wizards to acquire Russell Westbrook. So that meant Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, draft picks. Anybody else go?
No, I think that was it.
Montrezl Harrell?
Oh, it's right.
Montrezl
Yeah,
Harrell,
Montrezl
thank you. Montrezl Harrell. So there was some people that were up in arms going like, well, wow, how are you going to get the shooters? Like the salary cap's practically to the brim. If we learned anything since Pelinka's time as being a general manager, it's trust in Pelinka. This guy rattled it off.
Which none of us did at first. I didn't. I was more like, we wanted someone that was familiar. We didn't really know Pelinka too well. We knew of him, and you clearly with Kobe, but I didn't see this coming. Like he's been striking. Well, I mean, I would say gold, but at the same time, he's been doing great ever since he took position.
Yeah. How do you feel about the first 2 days of the free agency?
I'm a little mixed. Like, a lot of people weren't happy with the Westbrook situation. I know you guys weren't,
I'm at the part of like, all right, I'll live with it.
But it's really a good trade if you look at it all the way around because LeBron's getting up there. He's getting older. He can't keep mustering the load with the squad. And so with Westbrook, he has all that energy. He's always, like, on it, game in every night, night in, night out. I believe this is a great trade for the Lakers because they really didn't give up much. Montrezl Harrell wasn't happy, and Kuzma, like, I could spend 3 hours on that guy, how much I don't like him. I'm sorry. Was never a fan of Kuzma. So I don't think they gave up a lot, to get Russell Westbrook.
I think with Kuzma, don't be surprised, especially considering with the Washington Wizards and what they're at. Don't be surprised if this guy becomes an all-star next year.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, we always kind of said, like, for Kuzma, he needs that. He needs to be. He even said it. If I was a starter, I'd rack up points and I'd shine. But I'm doing my role or whatever he said. And there's times he blossomed. There's times that he shined. But overall, he just was never consistent. And that's what always. And I get it if that's who wants that. I'm a starter, and I always need to be a starter in order to have this productivity. It's like, all right, well, go do that with somebody else because we're full here. We're full. So it's like. And best wishes to you. You and your ramen hair.
So before we go on and ask Jake about the picks, might as well go over what has happened along with Russell Westbrook because day one was yesterday on Monday for the free agency, and day one period meant that Rob Pelinka helped get the Lakers get former Lakers in Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, and Kent Bazemore. And then day two, which is actually pretty astonishing, day two gains were Carmelo Anthony, Malik Monk, and Kendrick Nunn.
Which are way better lineups than Coachella, all right? Day one and day two, fire.
So, Jake, what do you think about all the additions considering the subtractions that this team has had to make?
I think they got bad in defense. They were top-ranked defense in the league. So they're behind the eight ball in defense now.
Yeah.
But they got some shooters. They should have never let Dwight Howard go, in my opinion. And I wasn't always the biggest Dwight Howard fan, but he brings presence in the paint, and he alters shots on defense. So I like that pickup. I like Melo. You get him off the bench, you get him quick 10 points. I don't like the fact they got older, and I don't like the fact their defense has diminished now. That's what I'm not happy with. But overall, I'd say like a B-. That's just me, though.
I would give them – honestly, I think the Lakers are having probably the best offseason moves, so I would give them an A.
I would almost say like a B+, A, only because it's like, we did get like I try to look at the pros and cons. We did get older, so expect some oldness to appear this season.
A lot of load management.
There's gonna be that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be that.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and the defense is what really kind of scared me. But everyone on Twitter is like, okay, well, if Coach Vogel is a defensive coach, like this is the season where he's gonna have to prove it. And it's like, he's gonna have to.
Oh yeah,
Carmelo Anthony playing defense.
Ole.
Well, when it comes to the rebounds, he's gonna be fighting for the rebounds. He's like, get the F-bomb out of the way, AD. Get the F-bomb out of the way, Westbrook. LeBron, get the F out my way.
But I mean, overall, I'm excited still. Like, I'm super excited, but at the same time, I'm a little nervous. But I would say it's a win. It's a solid win for this offseason so far.
All right, so I have some graphics lined up. I got your guys' opinion, but also we had a poll taken for today. The poll question. I did actually have a poll question for you last week, but you know how since Laker news speeds up so fast that I had to do one in 5 hours today. So the poll question I had for today was, Laker fans, how are you feeling about this offseason so far? 39% said very good out of the 140 votes. 39% also said I miss Caruso.
Oh, yeah.
16% said, where's DeMar DeRozan? Well, now he's in Chicago, we find out. And then 6% said, no Danny Green, and I'm fine.
I was so hoping we didn't get Danny Green. I was like, just not Danny Green. It's like, just not Danny Green. I was like, I don't want this again.
Anyone but that guy. Seriously. I'm not a Danny Green fan at all, man.
He's like that one person that, like, you're like, why do the bosses like him? Because he's always a suck up and then just like does nothing else.
Absolutely,
like,
has pictures or something, to get somebody in trouble.
He still ruined that. We always talk about it on the show. He ruined that Friday night for me. I had my Laker gear on. I was set. Let's do it. Let's party. And then he blows it. And I'm just like, and ever since then, I'm like, dude, that guy took all our fun.
Are you talking about Game 5 of the NBA Finals in the Black Mamba jersey?
And the Black Mamba jerseys.
Yeah.
The Black Mamba jersey.
So that's what it's like. That's why I kind of laughed. It's like, if he's coming back to us, like, does he know what he's gonna be like coming into? But like, so did Dwight. But Dwight made it up. So with Danny, I was like, oh man, I just didn't want him to come. So I'm glad things are working out the way they are.
Yeah. We'll go on to the next clip because this is actually the picture of so far the roster, what the roster looks like. Bleacher Report tweeted out ages for next year. Lakers. Carmelo Anthony, 37 years old. LeBron James, 36. Marc Gasol, 36. Trevor Ariza, 36. Dwight Howard, 35. Wayne Ellington, 33. Ken Bazemore, 32. Russell Westbrook, 32. AD, 28. Kendrick Nunn, 26. Malik Monk, 23. And Talen Horton-Tucker is 20 years old.
30-something. That's the theme of this year. Is just 30-something.
Sponsored by AARP. Man, that
does that make you nervous?
Yes. Hell yeah, that makes me. The average age is 33. Like, this is the team. It's Showtime. We're Laker fans, right?
Yeah.
The Lakers are Showtime. They run the ball. They do fast breaks. There's gonna be a lot of half-court offense there, man. A lot of isolation. A zone, a lot of zone.
The one thing I will say
I don't know, man.
is Westbrook is like, he's not in his prime, but he's still also not old.
Yeah.
Right.
And at least LeBron James is in his Captain America, whatever you want to call it, like the cryo chamber / what's the other chamber that makes like he has in his house? I forget what it's called.
Solitude? No, I don't know.
He pretty much spends over millions of dollars each year on his health alone.
He invests in his body, yes.
So like, I don't think if people are going to think this is a declining year, I would have to wait to see if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis, I'm really interested to see if he can bounce back.
Because I heard he's going to play the 5, right? Did you hear that?
I heard that as well. Ah, man, he's a liability. I said that when they signed him, though. I said, if you sign that guy, be ready for him to be in street clothes a lot. I told everyone I knew that. And sure enough.
And then Charles Barkley stole your joke. Were you writing that joke for Charles Barkley?
Yeah, I was ghostwriting for him.
Yeah. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Anthony, street clothes, Davis. Thank you, Jake Water.
Yeah, he stole that from me.
Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah, I was hoping AD would put on a little size because I feel that's what he needs. He just needs a little bit more muscles on his body.
Yeah, I will say Marc Gasol has been someone that has not been talked about a lot this offseason for the Lakers.
Yeah.
But now to see him paired up with Dwight Howard, maybe this is beneficial.
I think that might work.
Yeah, that might work.
So who's going to be starting? It's going to be Dwight, right? Or is it going to be Gasol?
It's honestly interchangeable. It was interchangeable with JaVale, so I would like to see what happens with that case.
Because I kind of feel like Dwight, since the team isn't riding on his back, he could it's less pressure on him because we all know how he is with pressure. But I kind of feel like he just I feel like he had fun with it, just knowing that he's surrounded by a lot of solid all-stars. This is damn near the starting lineup is pretty much they're all all-stars pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that should take a lot of load off of him and boost his confidence, and he could go crazy.